Hello tout le monde. Non. Super, je me trompe de scène. Du coup, on se retrouve pour Vampyr. J'ai décidé de décaler le stream au samedi, plutôt que dimanche. Parce qu'en vrai, le dimanche, c'est surtout la flemme, la plupart du temps. Mais faut pas le dire. J'ai découvert en fait ce qui allait pas. Si je le dis après, vous allez rigoler, du coup, je le dis pas. De toute façon, vous allez le voir. Du coup, c'est pas ouf. En vrai, tout allait bien la dernière fois. C'est juste que je suis pas patiente, apparemment. Mais on va pas le dire. Attention, je vous surveille. Du coup. Elle me dit pas que tu... Ouais, voilà. Genre ce truc. À quel moment tu dois rester plus de 5 secondes, genre. Puis tu restes longtemps et tout. Tu te dis, oh calme. Le truc qui met 20 pieds à se déclencher.
Strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
Je vais le taper. Voilà. J'espère qu'il n'y aura pas de bug.
They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Sinon, monsieur, j'ai un traitement pour vous aussi. Du coup. J'ai un traitement normalement. Si je dis pas de bêtises. J'ai bien un traitement. Parce que j'aime bien dire des bêtises aussi. Citron. Ah non, c'est petit bêtises. Comment ça se fait que je sais pas. Du coup, mes deux cibles. Des gens que j'ai interrogés, qui je connais genre toute l'histoire et tout. Mais c'est pas grave. Ça marche pas. Je me dis ça aussi. Il faut que je le tue. Christina. Attendez, normalement il est censé y avoir le journaliste là. Il a changé de place. Voilà.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
C'est marqué
It's
confidentiel.
confidential. Speaking as a doctor, I'm sure you understand.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine
Eh,
journalist.
oh. Hein?
What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
Ouais, ça on a remarqué. Il ne sort jamais.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Ah,
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott.
il est où?
Sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses.
Tiens, à
These
Whitechapel.
days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Les bêtes. Tiens, à Whitechapel.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
L'autre, j'ai très vu courir abandonné. L'autre là qui tape sa danse. Je suis là-bas. Ça m'arrangerait d'abord trouver la boîte aux lettres. Voilà. Ok. Mes chers enfants bien-aimés, je m'en veux tellement de ne pas vous avoir donné de mes nouvelles durant ces derniers mois. La situation ici à Londres a été des plus difficiles. Je sais que cela peut paraître égoïste de ma part, et même absurde à l'heure où vous, mes enfants, vivez toujours dans un pays consumé par la guerre. Mais une guerre fait aussi rage ici même en Angleterre. Une guerre contre la pauvreté et contre l'injustice. C'est une guerre que je compte mener malgré mon âge avancé. C'est pour cette raison que je vous écris aujourd'hui. Je ne reviendrai pas en Roumanie. Cela veut sans doute dire que je ne vous reverrai pas avant de mourir. Ne soyez pas tristes, mes chéris. Vous êtes des adultes maintenant et vous avez vos propres enfants sur qui veiller. Vous savez à quel sacrifice nous devons parfois consentir pour rendre le monde meilleur. Je dois me résoudre à celui-ci pour pouvoir me sentir utile une dernière fois. Je vous souhaite une longue et heureuse vie. Embrassez mes petits-enfants de ma part et souvenez-vous que votre père vous aime, même depuis ce lointain et froid pays. Votre père toujours aimant, Darius Petrosh.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Ok. Ah mais du coup c'est fermé. Ou là aussi il faut que j'attende qu'il fasse un truc bizarre. Parce que c'est lui.
It's locked, all right.
Ouais, tu peux pas sauter là. Wow. Putain, il est fou en plus. Il parle tout seul et tout. Peut-être essayer de voir si je peux passer de l'autre côté, ce qui m'étonnerait. Voilà.
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence of
Pourquoi j'ai jamais pensé à passer par là? T'inquiète, on est potes. Eh! Je savais pas qu'il y en avait plein qui arrivaient comme un genre. Viens nous. Juste parce que tu m'as trop approché. On récupère l'endurance. Et voilà! J'aime bien, j'aime bien, j'aime bien. J'aime bien, j'aime bien. Ça se passe sans encombre. Ils sont tout nuls. Et je suis contente. Musique. Hello, Richard. Good.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Et d'accord.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me.
J'ai pas oublié la liste. Ouais, vous avez
But
peur
are
de
you not
l'épidémie?
afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Ouais.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in the city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Ouais. Mais après, le silence, il cache quelque chose, non?
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave.
Ouais, voilà.
You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your
Oubliez
life
qu'il est
could be in
poète.
danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Qui viendra vous... d'abord.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
Bon. Je savais pas.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Je crois que vous passez là un peu morbide. D'abord
Do you not
morbide.
think it
Prends de
a little
mon
morbid?
exemple.
On the contrary, sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me?
Ah,
Not much.
intéressant.
That's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Oui, ça on avait remarqué qu'elle parlait pas. Je suis retrouvée face à elle, elle parlait pas, c'était assez déroutant. Elle vous parle de découvrir la vérité sur elle, vous ne la connaissez pas d'abord.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
Non.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Ouais.
In what way exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, The barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
Parce que non, il ne le sait pas.
But I thank you for this information, sir, for it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Oups. Irrémédiablement
I fear you are a
menti.
hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
Dorothea, crâne, je sais pas quoi.
Can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu?
Ouais.
Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not
Il veut
interested
pas.
in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Hey, c'est parce qu'il est communiste que voilà.
I'll
Merci.
leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Je suis pas sûre, hein. Oh. Lettre de refus. De publication. Sycophant Publishing. Lavender. Comme... Voilà. Je sais même pas pourquoi je regarde l'adresse. Cher Monsieur Lintercott, merci de nous avoir envoyé votre recueil de poèmes. Chant d'une ville des fêtes. Que nous avons trouvé extrêmement intéressant et profond. Comme vous nous l'avez dit, comme nous vous l'avons dit la première fois que nous l'avons reçu, malheureusement, cette période difficile que vit notre beau pays vous devez comprendre qu'un ouvrage avec un tel titre n'est pas décemment publiable. Vous refusez obstinément de changer ce titre et exigez la publication complète de votre œuvre ou rien. Je suis dans le regret de vous informer que Sycophant Publishing n'a pas d'autre choix que de refuser votre demande. Avec mes salutations sincères, A. G. Morris. Du coup, comme ça, on s'est pas fait publier par Sycophant Publishing.
The silent flower of Whitechapel, an angel made flesh, I tell you. Morbidity can breathe its own beauty and grace. Whitechapel is not just disease, desertion, and despair.
Du tout.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Yeah.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
Bah après, tu sais, si tu changeais genre juste de titre, je suis sûre que ça... vous n'avez pas l'air de souffrir de la pauvreté, vous devriez faire quelque chose de plus utile, les artistes sont rarement riches. Les artistes sont rarement riches, oui. Est-ce que je lui dis à lui? Vous irez faire quelque chose de plus utile, t'es grave méchant. J'hésite. Vous n'avez pas l'air de souffrir de la pauvreté.
Still, you don't seem to suffer from poverty.
With thanks to my parents, actually. I'm afraid I would not be able to live on my own without their help.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents.
T'as
Until
quel
that
âge?
day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
C'est vrai, c'est pas ouf. Mais t'inquiète.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Suffit de continuer de croire en ses rêves. Ouais, non, je suis pas sûre qu'il va prendre grand chose sur lui. Oups. Ça va s'ouvrir? Non.
You are blinded by your false
Barrack,
faith.
you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my call, man.
Hello, Darius.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
No, I need you.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are.
Si.
You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have
Yeah.
to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Ah, pas besoin de niveau de charme 2. Et ouais. C'était gratuit. Oups. Ça a glissé dans ma poche. Après, sinon, monsieur, j'ai appris des choses. Que de 1, vous étiez communiste.
It's locked, all right.
Que ensuite, vous êtes un éditeur. Qui édite que des trucs pas la propagande, quoi. Pro-communiste, quoi. Si je parle avec
If you
toi.
want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not
Oui,
been
t'inquiète.
formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Ok.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like
No.
myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine. The West End does not want to hear of Whitechapel's misery. Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Ouais.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Ok.
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as brave as she is tough, and clever too. If only I had met her when I was younger.
Are you in love with Camellia, Mr. Petrescu?
Don't be stupid. If I had met her when I was younger, we could have won our revolution.
Ah, ok.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a...
Non, c'est pas sa famille.
A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
Tell me everything you know about
Non, mais
Camellia,
non.
the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Ouais, mais en fait, j'ai pas appris plus d'infos que ça. Voici de la
Do you have any
famille.
family left, Mr. Petrescu? Children or grandchildren?
Who knows? I have abandoned my people for so long, they might as well be dead. As dead as I am for them, I suppose.
Don't be embarrassed, sir. If you must know, my own father disappeared many years ago, and I forgave him.
It's quite awkward to talk about our families like this, but thank you, Dr. Reed. I appreciate your trust.
Hehe. Je vois quitter Angleterre après la guerre.
This war won't last forever.
Oups.
Did you ever think of returning to your country now it's free?
No.
Bah.
I have taught strength and determination to my sons and daughters. I'm an old, dying man who only has memories of better times to cherish.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you?
Yeah.
Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
Peut-être. Parlez-moi de votre passé politique.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again.
Ouais,
But
ça
I've
tu l'as
fought
dit
for
dans la lettre.
Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania
Oh, yeah.
escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
But it's not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. And I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Ouais, non, c'est bon.
Goodbye,
Merci.
Mr. Petrescu.
Merci. Petrescu. Tu, tu, tu. Tu, tu, tu. Maintenant, tu peux passer la porte. On est marre. Tu, 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 tu. Yeah. Hello, Dorothea. Hey. Huh. Huh. Le four. Vous n'avez rien à m'apprendre. Super. Après, je fais ça en attendant qu'il redescende. C'est pas du vol. Là, cadavre. beaucoup de sang. Ah! Londres, fin de lettre pour Nurse Gray. Londres, 31 octobre. Ma chère Dorothea, lorsque tu auras cette lettre, je serai déjà sur le bateau qui va nous ramener. Anton et moi à Brasov. L'Angleterre n'était pas faite pour nous, et je dois avouer que j'ai hâte de revoir nos fières collines de Transylvanie. Je te promets que dès que nous arriverons, j'irai allumer un cierge dans l'église noire et je prierai pour que tu survives à cette terrible épidémie. Je sais que tu n'es pas d'accord avec cette décision et que tu penses te rendre plus utile en restant aider nos camarades exilés dans l'East End. Mais Anton a tellement hâte de retourner dans notre cher pays et de voir notre révolution tant attendue prendre son envol. C'est mon mari et je dois rester à ses côtés. Je sais qu'il nous arrive de nous disputer. Je sais que tu aurais voulu que je reste à tes côtés et que je t'aide à t'occuper de ta clinique. Mais maintenant que je quitte l'Angleterre, je veux que tu saches une chose. S'il t'arrive quoi que ce soit, que tu as des problèmes ou bien que tu es en danger, je reviendrai immédiatement à Londres, avec ou sans Anton. Pense à moi autant que je pense à toi, ta sœur aimante, Théodora. Ok. Sûr, elle a pas pris un squal. T'inquiète, t'inquiète.
He's going into convulsions, Doctor.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
Parce que non.
To operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor, none at all.
Bon, bah... Allez, hein.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare
Plus de
another
trous.
tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Eh, oh, hein.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor.
Ah, mais il est mort, hein.
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Oh, le
Are you
pauvre.
alright, Doctor?
Non, il va pas bien.
I can't see.
Bien sûr. Ah, je sais pas.
I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor.
Y'a pas d'adrénaline, wesh.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Adrénaline, genre. Bon, bah il est mort.
We've lost the pulse.
Oui, ça, il avait remarqué.
He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Vas-y, t'inquiète. C'est quand même fou qu'il reste encore impeccable.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Ah, si, t'inquiète.
To what do I owe this courtesy?
It's locked.
This is an... I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Oh, t'inquiète.
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Ouais.
But
Ouais.
why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Comment ça?
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
Je vois.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
Ok, je n'y connais rien. Peut-être. Mais quand même. C'est pas ouf.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Non. Je vais pas lui demander de démissionner, wesh.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Je crois que je l'ai cassé. Je l'ai pas cassé? J'ai l'impression de l'avoir cassé, wesh. Ça va, Dorothy? 4000. Oh, 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 oh. Eh, eh, oh. Continue de tirer sur ton pote, hein. Il est où? Ah, il est mort. Ok, bon, bah, c'était rapide. C'était rapide. Ok. Attends, mais comment... Il est mort. Ah, ah. Hehe. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Ah, il est... Oui, déjà. Mais attendez, avoir un peu plus de combativité de votre part. Faut que je trouve... nouveau remède.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Comment ils sont rentrés les autres là, les petites crapules là, puisque moi de passe j'arrive pas à rentrer, genre eux ils rentrent tranquillement en mode oui c'est chez nous.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Yeah. Ok. Un
Goodbye,
plus.
Mr. Petrescu.
Mais t'inquiète, je vais te ramener des remèdes et tout. Que ça se voit que t'es un mec bien un peu quand même. Si tu m'as fait perdre mon temps. L'autre bout du monde aussi. Je vais à l'hôpital. Je vais parler à l'autre là. J'ai des traitements, pourquoi? J'ai trop aimé animé. Pas ouf. Toi t'as quoi? Ouais. C'est bien de...
My dear colleague.
C'est bien de fumer, madame.
I
C'est pas
wonder
bien.
if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Ah, j'ai...
Well, you're not going to get one from me. I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Je sais pas pourquoi je prends tout ça, mais au cas où. Merci. Vas-y, toi, je te sauve. Même si... T'inquiète, hein, je vais te... Je boire ton
How
sang.
are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Ah! Quel dommage. Vraiment, ils veulent pas.
I will see you later.
Pourtant j'ai, hein.
Goodbye, young
Mais ils veulent pas. On est d'accord, j'ai. Ah non, j'ai pas en fait. Super. Je pense que j'en veux. Tout pa-da-pow. Oups.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Clairement. Mais du coup... Voilà. Bien. Ok. Ouais, je vous laisse. Hey, du sang.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Ça gratte, ouais.
I'll kill it, boy! Burn it, boy!
Ah! C'est bon, je m'occupe des petits, je m'occupe du plus grand plus tard. C'est grave ça. Voilà. Toujours pas. Voilà. Il est mort. Maintenant, tu vas faire quoi? Allez, encore. Boum. Allez, encore. Boum. Tu l'as mérité. Attends, quoi? Il y a un mec derrière moi en plus. Hé, oh. Juste parce qu'il est sur mon chemin. Ils sont combien, wesh? C'est bon, il est mort. Voilà. Putain, c'est grave ça. Du coup, maintenant, et en plus, ils ont rien du tout dans les poches, super. Je me tape et j'ai même pas des récompenses, super. Bien de ouf. Ouais. quand je change de niveau. Pas maintenant. Est-ce qu'il y a des mal de crâne? Mal de crâne, j'ai rien du tout. Madame, tenez.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Tenez.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Je prends les médicaments, madame, c'est tout. T'es pas contente? Si tu veux, t'inquiète. J'ai un autre traitement. Peut-être pas autant efficace. Mal de crâne, je peux rien faire pour toi. Toi!
Good evening, Miss Howard.
C'était pas toi.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've
Bien
just not taken the time to do
sûr,
so.
hein. Tiens,
Then you're
tiens.
lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Oh.
We'll talk later.
Je te donne des médocs, pas pour venir m'emmerder avec tes questions, hein. N'importe quoi, celui-là. On vous voit pas souvent à la salle d'opération. Et alors?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Toi, un jour, je vais devoir te tuer. Je te le dis maintenant. Tu devras le tuer. Sauf s'il me donne la clé. Je le tue pas. Comme par hasard, j'ai pu craquer. J'en ai là. T'as de la chance, j'ai plus de traitement.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Est-ce que maintenant j'ai... Ouais, j'ai... Mrs. I've got something for you.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Même si elle est pas très gentille
Do
avec
you
moi.
need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Tiens.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
J'ai un truc pour toi.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Do you need
Ah,
any medical
toujours,
help,
hein.
Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Thanks, anyway.
Goodbye, Milton.
Je ne tombe jamais malade, voyons. Attends, quoi? Hé! Hey! Oh! Je le savais. C'est comme ça que tu traites les patients.
To avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his
Salut.
mind.
Fais confiance, fin de compte, vous êtes meurtrière, passez une semaine, vos véritables intentions.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
Ça va? J'ai besoin de vous excuser, nous sommes des vampires en
We are vampires. We live by leeching the blood from weaker prey. We are Darwin's next chapter, his cynical and perhaps ultimate expression.
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from
Tout
you.
rien.
You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires
après,
or
des
your current
médocs.
situation,
C'est pas
I would
grave.
be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
À propos de fou.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders.
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure.
Ah.
But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
I know this
Comment
is
essayer
beyond
de tuer les
pale,
méchants.
but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Ouais.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Bah, ça fait 10 ans.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't the vampire that created me then.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Ok. Mais...
I've been away from London
Je
and
vais
England
découvrir
for 3
plus
years.
tard.
This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
C'est pas une vraie grippe.
But it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it you fear?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there is something malevolent circling us. I feel fear is merely waiting in the wings.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain. More than likely, it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They've seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society. And like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Pas qu'un peu en plus.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
Ah mais de toute façon, je sais que... Hein?
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
Bah, cette heure-ci, c'est le même... c'est ton même créateur.
Excuse my forwardness, but...
Oh, c'est pas lui, c'est pas lui. Non, c'est pas
Are
grave.
you my maker?
No.
Me? Goodness, no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
A vampire? Is that what I am? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon, and that you shall remain.
Ekon. Un Ekon, c'est un vampire.
So we are Ekons. How can I identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires.
Mais tous les vampires ne sont pas.
Vampires
Ouais.
are not Ekon. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an Ekon too?
Ouais.
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
Il y a les immortels, les Ekon, les squales.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice.
Ouais.
I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
Ok.
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady.
Pour l'instant, fais gaffe. Hein.
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Dip, 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 dip. Moi, je suis plus rien contre la fatigue. No, see you again. When no, see you again. J'arrête. Hey. Oh. Pas de l'endurance. Du coup. Mais je peux rien faire. C'était sûr.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Ouais. Après, je pourrais dormir. Mais d'abord, on va parler à Docteur Swansea. Et ensuite, on ira dormir. Ramasser plein de niveaux et tout. Quand t'es là, toi? Ah non, c'est le docteur. Mais depuis quand Hé hé. Pembroke Hospital, le 4 août. Cher docteur Swansea, c'est avec plaisir que je m'occuperai de la morgue temporaire dès l'instant où elle sera ouverte. Comme je vous l'ai déjà dit, j'ai été médecin durant la guerre et c'est avec plaisir que je servirai mon pays une fois de plus. Je me rends bien compte que ce n'est pas la même chose d'être médecin pour les morts que pour les vivants. Mais je pense aussi qu'il est important d'accueillir et de bien prendre soin de ceux qui ne sont plus parmi nous. Soyez assurés que je ferai de mon mieux pour mener à bien cette nouvelle tâche. En ce qui me concerne, la question de mes qualifications, je suis désolée de n'avoir rien à vous fournir de plus officiel que ma parole. Je vous promets que mon régiment a fait de moi un véritable médecin pendant la guerre et que j'ai sauvé de nombreuses vies. Si ma parole ne vous suffit pas, vous pourrez contacter l'administration militaire afin de vérifier mon expérience et mes compétences. Ils vous confirmeront que, même si je n'ai jamais suivi d'études de médecine, la guerre m'a appris tout ce qu'un médecin a vraiment besoin de savoir. Sincèrement, votre Rakesh Shalana, ancien médecin. Je crois que je peux aller le voir avant d'aller dormir. Ha! Ha ha! Pembroke Hospital le 25 octobre. Cher docteur Swansea, je dois vous informer de mes plus sérieuses réserves concernant le docteur Toro Strickland et son traitement d'arrivée physique. Monsieur Fiddick a été hospitalisé suite à une blessure grave au travail. Une grave blessure sur... Pourquoi je autant les mots? Bref. Si cette blessure n'est pas traitée comme il se doit, il pourrait perdre l'usage de son bras et à tout jamais. Le docteur Strickland prétend qu'une nouvelle procédure chirurgicale pourrait entièrement sauver le bras du patient. Je pense quant à moi qu'elle pourrait également faire empirer son état si jamais il y avait des complications. Le jeune collègue est un chirurgien plein de courage et d'audace qui pourrait devenir un très grand professionnel dans les années à venir. Mais pour l'instant, il manque d'expérience pour effectuer une procédure aussi risquée. Ai-je besoin de vous rappeler les erreurs qu'il a commises dans le passé, étant donné que le docteur Strickland refuse de m'écouter? Je vous suggère avec véhémence de lui interdire d'effectuer ce genre d'opération expérimentale. Respectueusement, Docteur Waverly. Je l'ai pas dit de la bonne manière. C'est pas grave, on va faire semblant. Ah! Pardon, merci.
Evening,
Pas de
Peg.
parler.
Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
Bah en fait, c'est pas vraiment qu'une grippe. J'ai analysé le
I've
sang.
just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
Yep.
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its
Ouais.
effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Ouais.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us.
Non, 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 non.
What on earth do you mean?
Why,
No.
you, my dear boy, with your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
Hein? Ouais, non, on va se calmer. Je ferai pas de long de mon royaume. Ça va 2 minutes. C'est trop dangereux. Ou j'y ai également pensé. C'est trop dangereux.
But the
Je
risk
pas, mais...
of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties.
Ah, tu
With
te
our
calmes. Hein?
minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan.
Il va vouloir me traire
But
comme une
as I
vache.
said,
Wesh.
I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Comme...
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
Ah, oui, elle est morte, je sais. Je
She's
l'ai
to
tuée.
be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery.
Ok.
Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Du coup, il y va ou pas? Du coup, voilà. Non. Voilà, les espèces rares de vampires. En tant qu'érudit exégète des textes anciens, je n'insisterai jamais assez sur l'importance de prendre les légendes et les folklores antiques en compte lorsque je cherche des indices sur les secrets perdus ou oubliés. L'une des erreurs les plus basiques est de prendre ce que nous avons comme véritable établi et de l'utiliser pour rejeter tout le contraire. Par exemple, nous devons admettre la possibilité qu'il existe des espèces inconnues de vampires et la nécessité de repenser ce que nous considérons comme la vérité sur les différents types d'immortels en nous basant sur ce que nous savons et ce que nous avons appris avec le temps. Pendant combien de siècles avons-nous pensé que vampire était le nom vernaculaire, ce que nous savions être les Econ? Nous considérions que les Vulcodes étaient les créatures liées aux loups-garous mythologiques, jusqu'à ce que 4 explorateurs de la confrérie trouvent la preuve en Sibérie qu'ils étaient en fait un type de vampire aux caractéristiques lupines. Attends, quoi? Ils sont en train de nous dire que les loups-garous, en fait, c'est aussi une branche des vampires. Cette découverte a changé notre vision de cette espèce. Qu'en est-il des autres alors? Qu'en est-il des Rakshasa de ma terre natale, ou bien les Jiangxi chinois, ou encore les Pouchen du Chili? Rakesh. Rakshasa. Il n'y a même pas besoin d'aller plus chercher en dehors de notre magnifique Royaume-Uni. Qu'en est-il des légendes de femmes chauves-souris aperçues autour de l'église Saint James à Lao? Cette créature uniquement identifiée sous le nom de désastré dans d'obscurs témoignages qui a essayé de détruire Londres en 1676, en propageant une épidémie de peste dans la ville. Tiens! Ou bien encore le Nimrod, figure mythique du diligent chasseur de vampires, parfois décrit par les anciens icônes britanniques comme un prédateur légendaire se nourrissant uniquement du sang de ses proies et pouvant se cacher parmi les mortels comme les immortels. Je vous le dis mes frères, nous pourrions faire de fantastiques découvertes si nous décidions d'oublier pendant quelques minutes ce que nous sommes censés déjà savoir. Ici de la nuit voilée par Usher Toltree, primat de la confrérie de l'étoile de Saint-Paul. Ok. Tout ça pour dire que les loups-garous, c'est la branche des vampires. Que peut-être que toutes les autres légendes et tout, elles sont peut-être vraies. Et que il y a peut-être d'autres branches de chez Vampyr. Ok. Monsieur Rakesha. Déjà toi.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland. And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Dans tous les cas, il va falloir que un de vous deux. Mais je pencherais plus pour l'autre. Parce que ça se voit, l'autre, c'est un... chiant. Ah, 2 minutes, t'es pas occupé, tu m'en ouvres. T'attaches.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Toute la chance. Le pire, c'est que je t'ai donné des médacs et tout. Fais gaffe. Hello. Putain, si elle était pas en bonne santé, ça aurait été chelou.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral.
More bodies will arrive
Mary,
and then sadly depart.
I can't forgive myself.
I'm managing a train terminal.
I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Rakesh.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Fais gaffe, j'étais à l'œil.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir. But I rose to the challenge.
Ouais, t'aurais pu refuser en fait.
Soldiers died because of that decision. You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir.
Ah.
No one listened.
Okay.
When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
C'est parce que tu les dépouilles.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're
Il
absolutely
y en a
right,
qui
sir.
sont morts, je suis sûr.
But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Oh. Commence pas à croire aussi que... Hein.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Tomorrow, more bodies will...
Un jour, je vous ouvrirai, vous inquiétez pas. Du coup, on passe la nuit. Faire des médocs. Ah non. Je sais pas pourquoi je regarde. Genre comme si j'avais réussi à me remplir les poches et tout, alors que pas du tout. J'ai rien rempli du tout en fait. On va améliorer. Ouais. Ça c'est bien. Mais j'ai pas assez, c'est nul. Non. Ça j'aime bien, ça j'aime bien. Ça va encore plus créer des gens. C'est marrant. J'aurais dû prendre en ultime. C'est pas grave. Disparition à Whitechapel. J'ai rien fait. Hein. Les cas de disparition inexplicables augmentent depuis plusieurs semaines. Elles sont désormais si nombreuses que les témoins doivent faire la queue au poste de police avant de pouvoir raconter ce qu'ils ont vu aux autorités. Même si ce phénomène semble survenir dans tout le pays, tous les témoignages de cette dernière 24 heures concordent avec vers un seul et unique quartier, Whitechapel, à Londres. Et oui, une fois de plus, Liston est livré à lui-même face à la trop nombreuse difficulté. Malgré l'insistance des autorités à ignorer le problème, de nombreux résidents de ce district ont signalé la mystérieuse disparition d'un membre de leur famille ou d'un voisin au poste de police le plus proche. Qu'est-il arrivé à toutes ces personnes disparues? Où se trouvent-elles? Le seul lien entre les victimes semble être le mauvais état de santé et leur besoin urgent d'assistance médicale. Jusqu'il y a peu, une partie des habitants du quartier savaient que le seul endroit où recevoir cette aide était un dispensaire secret géré par d'anonymes bons samaritains. Mais l'endroit semble désormais fermé et personne ne sait s'il rouvrira un jour. Les disparus se sont-ils rendus dans un lieu encore plus secret? Ont-ils discrètement transféré dans une structure plus officielle, espérant que la commission de santé du comté de Londres daignera enfin lever le voile sur ce nouveau mystère. Du coup, vu qu'on avait découvert qu'il y avait les autres là, les chasseurs, bah du coup, ouais, je pense qu'ils ont fait fermer le truc et ils les ont tous tués, quoi, tout simplement. Ah! Pour une fois que j'ai rien fait, genre. Ah, c'est pas ouf. Toi, faut que je te guérisse. J'ai rien pour toi. Est-ce que j'ai vraiment envie de te sauver? Ouais. Ouais. J'ai rien pour toi. Ouais. Bronchite. Non, moi aussi j'ai le traitement pour. Hey. Il a quoi lui encore? Fatigue. Toujours fatigué celui-là. Oui. Mal de tête, fatigue, migraine comme d'hab. Et là, je sais même pas. Ouais. D'ailleurs, en plus, faudrait que je continue mon enquête là-bas. Est-ce qu'on fait mission principale ou pas? Ah, c'est... On finit le chapitre 3. Et après, on se lance dans une mission secondaire. Eux, par contre, faut vraiment que je découvre leurs bêtises. Bref, c'est pas là que je dois aller.
If only there were more of us, with less resignation and more determination. I know I can count.
Oh là là. Hé hé oh! Mais... Tu arrêtes les bêtises! Dérangé. C'est bon, il est mort. C'est grave ça. Par contre, c'est ultra mal fait le truc. Tu te focuses sur un mec, mais... Pas ouf. Tu restes focus sur le mec qui est le plus proche. Eh, t'étais pas là, toi. Genre, ça lui a rien fait. Non. Voilà. Je suis le maître de ce lieu. Tu peux même pas monter? Ouais, non. Pam, pam. Non, mais non. Là. Déjà. Nul. Déjà. Pas ouf. Je m'attendais à plus de combativité, quoi. Et attends, j'ai pris qu'un seul niveau, genre. Pas ouf. Aussi. Je crois que je l'ai assez répété. J'aime bien le répéter quand même, encore une fois. Pas ouf. Direct.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Ah, celle-là, là. Bonjour. T'inquiète, j'arrive. Je m'occupe de lui derrière, là, Léon. Boum. Eh, tu vas te calmer. J'aime bien. Il a essayé de s'enfuir. Comme si j'allais le laisser partir. On t'avoue, monsieur. Ah, j'arrive. Hey. Non, je me suis fail. Genre, il se défend. De quoi, oh? J'arrive, madame. Dernier coup. De le mériter. Il y a quelqu'un qui arrive. Attends, mais... Ils sont beaucoup? Ah ben, il y en a 3. Ouais. C'est bon. Exterminé. Genre ça, hein? Je pensais que c'était la meuf, moi. Genre, je vais me battre pour un rat. J'arrive, madame, j'arrive. C'est juste que je vous trouve. J'aime bien. Tu. Non! Oh là là, en plus il reste rien, wesh. J'arrive. J'ai l'impression que je fais le tour du truc, mais je le trouve pas. Ah bah là, super. T'inquiète. Hé, oh. Non. Parce que je voulais faire. Vas-y, tape. Je vais mourir. Non, ça va. Bon, je pensais que j'allais mourir et tout, mais non. Je maîtrise. Parfait. Lui, genre, il a rien. T'as de la chance. Je vérifie qu'il n'y a rien, madame. Ne vous inquiétez pas. Vous allez comme vous voulez?
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
Non.
They've lost their minds in the epidemic.
Vous voulez pas vous tuer?
They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm investigating this disease.
I am Shaoshun. Thank you so much for helping me, Mr. Reed. I must go to the cemetery now. Goodbye.
Ok. Ok. Tu faisais quoi là-bas, wesh?
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the... This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker.
Beaucoup là quand même.
Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail.
Beaucoup là quand même. En plus, votre trace, ça vous mène où? Et je ramène dehors.
It's locked, all right.
Comme par hasard. Ah, tu peux aller dehors. J'arrête. Ok.
As
Oula.
Samuel no longer preaches the good word.
Eh, ouah. T'as essayé de me tuer. Pour ça. Ah, encore. Dernier coup. Encore. T'inquiète. C'est ça. Encore. Voilà. Parfait. Voilà. Ah, l'autre est déjà mort. Je voulais pas manger le rat de base.
Thirst for blood.
Arrêtez de tourner autour de moi. Bon, apparemment, il est en haut. Genre. Hé. T'es comme tous les autres. Voilà. C'est pas toi. Juste parce que t'as voulu m'esquiver. Rappelle-toi bien ça. Parce que t'as voulu m'esquiver. On m'esquive pas facilement comme ça, ok? Bref. Je suis censée monter là-haut. Tout ça fouetté, comme le diraient certains. T'inquiète, on est potes. Tu peux sortir, s'il te plaît? Voilà, c'était dommage. C'est déjà mort. Hey. Samuel, for you. I need you. Ah non, j'ai cru que c'était lui. Enfin, ah, bon, bah, c'est fini. Quoi? Haha, sous. Elle glisse dans ma poche. Attends, quoi? Lol. Ah Ah, mais votre truc à 20 là, c'était quoi, juste là? Non, pas là. C'est pas ouf. Voilà, minimum 100. Ouais. Non. Oh. C'est vraiment l'endurance. Bien. Je m'attendais à juste mieux, en fait. Je veux jamais. En fait, là, je m'égare de ouf, hein. Je m'égare de ouf. Juste le prêtre, il est même pas là. Je sais même pas il est où. Je trouve des traces de sang. Elle mène nulle part. C'est clairement pas ouf. Ah. Il y a un corps qui a été traîné, hein. C'était quoi ça? Ah. Oh. Ah. Ah non. Oh. Les symboles saints et l'orichalque. Si vous faites face à un vampire, n'oubliez jamais qu'il craigne les symboles saints. Tant que vous avez la foi, une croix, une étoile de David, ou bien même une branche d'olivier peuvent se révéler très utiles pour repousser ces créatures maléfiques. Mais elles ne vous aideront pas à vous en débarrasser définitivement. Si vous voulez vraiment leur faire du mal, il n'y a qu'une solution. Oubliez les puits en bois ou bien les balles en argent et trouvez-vous la meilleure arme contre les vampires qui existent, l'orichalque. Pensez-vous que ce soit une simple coïncidence si, selon les légendes des ouvrages antiques, l'orichalque était commun en Atlantide? L'Atlantide était manifestée de vampires et la région est aujourd'hui connue sous le nom d'île de Santorin. Je serai personnellement prêt à payer 10 000 livres à celui qui me fournira un véritable orichalque. Clarence Crossley. Plus d'informations. C'est quoi un orichalque? Si ça me parle de Santorin, Grèce. Grèce, moi je pense à l'œil bleu. Et je doute fort que ce soit de ça qu'il parle. Après j'ai vu d'autres trucs en Grèce, mais bref. C'est pas le genre de truc que je parlais. Pierre tombale. Ah! Non. C'est pas moi qui l'ai tué, voyons. Ah, donc c'est ici, je suppose que je vais trouver mes victimes. Bien de ouf. Bien de ouf. Je n'ai absolument pas du tout tué cette personne. Que nenni. Vous me prenez pour un tueur? Moi? Ce n'a jamais été le cas. Je crois. Hop. Normalement, je suis censée croiser une tombe. Hein. Ah, bah c'est là. D'ailleurs, je l'ai pas barré. C'est un trait rouge. Je voulais pas le tuer de base, je voulais attendre et tout, de connaître son histoire et tout, histoire d'avoir une meilleure qualité de sang. Mais bon, hein, on peut pas tout avoir. Je pensais que ça allait m'aider à améliorer mon niveau, alors que pas du tout. Il suffit juste que j'attende, que je n'ai pas fait, parce que je suis une meuf impatiente. C'est ce qui s'est passé aussi pour la mission, quoi. Mais bon, on va pas le lire.
Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
Ah, je crois que j'ai trouvé. Oh! Ah, ils sont tous en position. Ok. Je sais pas du tout sur quoi je m'attendais.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
Un léger petit lag. Non, c'est pas marrant.
Oh, Mary. What have I done?
C'était pas de ta faute. C'est parce que tu faisais.
I could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
Ouais, t'inquiète.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Elle était là, bon, t'as incarné.
She was a good person. Vibrant, full of life. She was kindness incarnate, my Mary.
You're a good person, Jonathan.
Ah.
A young Ekon. A newborn cast into the night without so much as a candle to guide your way.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
Comment elle pourrait agir de moi comment? J'apprends encore chaque nuit.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
You may be right.
Of course. I've stared upon this world for centuries, and time has taught me to deal with guilt, if not erase it.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Pourquoi ces yeux ils deviennent rouges là? Y a pas de sang dans les parages, mec. Mais genre les gens ils trouvent ça normal que j'ai les yeux rouges et tout. Genre y'a personne qui se dit ouais, chelou. Non. Ok. Ok. Pourquoi je sens qu'il y a une bête, une conne couille dans le pâté? Coucou le rat. Je pensais que c'était un refuge, moi. Apparemment, non. Pas quelqu'un qui va venir me grailler. Là, c'est un refuge. Un semblant de refuge. Attends. Abandonne. Oui, voyons. Du coup. Ouh là là. Ouais, mais il aime pas. Certes, il est résistant, mais il aime pas. Oh là! Comment ça vous apparaissez tous d'un coup comme ça, genre... y a rien de normal. Hors de ma vue! C'est bon. Ça va 2 minutes, cette histoire. Toi aussi, tu veux que je te tape? J'ai plus de seringue, ça va 2 minutes. N'importe quoi, ils sont apparus en mode... oh. Il en manque un. C'est pas là où il y a le mec qui s'est lié en... Ah mais non, mais je suis que niveau 2, wesh. Ça sert à rien.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion.
T'es qui?
Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Eh, tu me fais peur un peu. Hein.
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them. abide by them, or
Ah
I
ouais,
shall
quand
return
même.
as your judge and jury.
Mais en fait, tes bras, ils font la taille de ton corps, wesh. Donne les bras, non?
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Par contre, tu es flippé. Hein. Toi, t'as pas peur, le mec, il fait 5 fois ma taille. Merde. Il est mort. Je ne pourrais plus rien pour lui. À moins que vous vouliez le rejoindre. Ouais, je tenais des trucs. Oh, les radins là. Toujours plus de ratinerie. C'est pas bon. Camélia. Comme par hasard. Genre, de base, t'es là-bas. Aujourd'hui, tu te promènes. Comme ça, c'est parce que je suis partie parler avec là-bas. Camélia, même si tu peux pas parler, est-ce que je peux t'embêter?
Tell me about Richard Nethercott.
Je sais que j'ai aucune réponse. Je le fais quand même. Elle peut pas paraître offusquée et tout.
Goodbye then.
Trop de faire semblant et tout. C'est tout. Je fais rien, genre. 5000 quand même. Putain, elle me donne envie de la... Juste. Comme ça. Après, elle est gentille et tout. C'est pas ouf. Prends-moi une mauvaise personne et tout.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not at all, sir.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
No.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Ouais, quand tu iras mieux, tu me diras encore mieux, merci.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Ouais, je te suis. Si je suis sûre, je ferai encore une fois. On prend comme d'hab. Je prends ces fleurs, c'est tout. Bon, allez, on va à l'église. Hein. Est-ce que je vais pas me retrouver illuminée par la croix? Bonjour, monsieur.
What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray.
to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop, but I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
Parfait.
You seem to me a good soul, Vicar, but this is a personal matter.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel, for I can be as silent as stone.
Ah, de toute façon, c'est professionnel, hein.
I've words for one departed. They're not for living ears to hear.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest, as you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
Ma sœur.
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
Elle a été assassinée.
Murdered.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
I feel responsible.
Yeah.
The pain is consuming me.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your poor sister?
Ah, non.
I'm so sorry, Mary. I promise to find who is responsible for all this. I'll put an end to this horror.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Yes, yes. Thank you. En 2 secondes, j'ai cru que ça allait me sortir un chargement de blanc.
I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell. Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
T'inquiète, tu vas... Comment ça, j'ai trouvé votre disciple? Tiens, je te donne ton médicament. Pareil, je dis, j'ai trouvé ton disciple. Il est mort. Ah, Samuel, il est mort. Il est mort fort.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity, my son.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
If you propagate the devil's work, you'll perish by the devil's work.
Sérieusement?
Such is the law of the Lord.
I have found Samuel, your disciple. I am afraid I have bad news.
I already expected the worst. He should already have come back.
Ouais, mais non, vous avez abusé par contre sur cette mission.
Yes.
Ah, pas qu'un peu.
He is now. The epidemic took him.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause. He would have rewarded you himself if you'd found me in that awful cemetery. Please accept this money.
Your disciple, Samuel, stole from the dead in Stonebridge Cemetery. I have proof of his crime and proof of his death.
No! Samuel was the best of us. So devoted, so zealous. He gave all he had for the cause. He tirelessly preached the good word.
On t'a dit. Profaner des cadavres.
He defiled the dead with his petty thefts. That's how he financed your misguided crusade.
Think what you will. When this city is saved, he will be praised for his devoted fortitude. He walked boldly into the mouth of abomination.
Your precious Samuel used you. He was an immoral crook.
If that's true, then he will be my burden to bear during this endless.
Non mais dans tous les cas, tu vas die. Putain, 5, wesh. Je vais le tuer dans mon temps encore. C'est pas bien ça.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Ah, je pensais à partir. Bon, les deux souffrent de fatigue.
You again?
Je suis un docteur inquiet.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peters?
Keep your medicines for others.
Ton fils va mieux grâce
There
à
is
moi.
a thin line between pride and stupidity, sir. Please take this medication. You'll feel better.
All right. I'll take it then. It's not like I don't appreciate the gesture.
Ouais.
Have you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I saw her wandering the streets. Yesterday, I think. She didn't recognize me. People
Ah.
say she's lost it.
Elle a
Sad story.
tout oublié quoi. C'est un peu forcé peut-être.
Goodbye, Mr. Peters.
Pour possible que j'ai fortement
Buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Do you have any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It appears those who dare to get health care from that bitch are never seen again. Something fishy going on there, for sure.
L'infidélité, ça paye pas, monsieur.
Do you need help, sir?
To be honest, I'd prefer you take a look at my stuff. I'd rather be rich and sick than the contrary.
Après, c'est vrai que Joe lui a pardonné. C'est vrai.
I don't quite agree, but I won't.
Mais l'infidélité, ça paye pas.
Please take this. You'll feel better.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally, but charity usually comes at a price. Human nature being what it is.
Bah, dis-toi que la récompense viendra la chercher plus tard. C'est un niveau 4. Toujours plus.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Le fils, lui, il va mieux. Je vais dire, hey, tu vas mieux.
May I come in?
Sure.
Dis-moi que tu vas mieux, que t'es plus dépressif, s'il te plaît.
Dreams are soaked with gloom.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered. What could be worse?
You and your father have a difficult relationship, Harry. Tell me, did he ever hurt you?
No. Never. My father can be brutal and rude. Violent even. But he never touched an hair on my head.
What is going on between you two then?
It's his job. If you can call it a job. He bullies people. Men and women we know, like poor Mr. Lewis. It's just not right.
How do you feel?
I'm fine. I mean, it's not easy every day, but I'm fine. I'm just tired of being sick all the time. If only I could be tough, like... Well, you know.
Ton père.
Speaking of which, what can you tell me about your father?
My father is an idiot who makes idiot things. That's all I have to say.
Do you need any medical help, young man?
I'm feeling okay, I guess.
Have you any recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now. Rumors say the nurse has gone mad.
Vraiment, faut bien que j'aille la voir.
Take care of yourself.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Je sais pas si je lui ai retiré sa vie puisqu'il est suicidaire. Ouh, déprimant de ouf. C'est quoi ça? Je sais que c'était critique. Mon Eric. Ah mais lui aussi il a été délogé. Putain. Déloger mes potes comme ça. Est-ce que ça c'est ouvert? Ah bah ouais. Comme si ça allait être ouvert. Super. Tu arrives quoi? C'est transformé. Merde. Hop. Oh mais arrête. Non. Je vais devoir la tuer. Je peux pas la tuer. Je vais devoir la tuer. Fais des bruits atroces, wesh. Quatre. C'est la mère des démons, quoi. Tout ça parce que je l'ai charmé. Quoi? Non mais je vais réussir à la battre, vous inquiétez pas. Je suis pas... Non, non plus. Je sais pas. Je vais réussir à la battre. Sérieusement? Je dois me retaper. Sérieux, genre, je dois me retaper tout le chemin. I'm sorry, but...
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
Du coup, je suppose qu'elle a tué... Ouais. Elle a tué le monsieur. Après... Enfin, elle ou il. Tout casse pas. Mais faut que je m'en débarrasse. De toute Oh, mon sang.
Despicable.
Y a pas... Ok. Putain. Tout recommencer. Hey. C'est bon, il est mort, monsieur. Et c'est horrible à entendre. Oula. J'ai dit je vais réussir à l'avoir. Oh. Oula, c'était quoi ça? Je peux récupérer une vie, s'il vous plaît. J'en aurais bien besoin. Voilà. Bon médical. C'est vraiment pas ouf. C'est passé ici. T'es qui toi? N'importe quoi, je vais pas mourir maintenant alors que j'ai réussi à battre un niveau 24. Oh, hein? J'ai réussi à la battre. Non, je respire mieux. Bon, du coup, comment elle s'est fait infecter par rapport au sang, je suppose. Ce que j'aurais dû faire, c'est le laisser. Enfin, j'aurais dû lui dire laisse-moi tout seul avec. Je suppose que dans tous les cas, le mec il devait die.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Moni, j'ai rien pour toi. Hé, monsieur! Qu'est-ce que vous faites là? Vous êtes plus chez vous?
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu. What are you doing here?
I could ask you the exact same question, Mr. Doctor. Now leave me alone.
Question, pourquoi t'es dehors?
I heard what happened to Nurse Crane. How do you feel, Mr. Petrescu?
Everything was going well until you arrived. Dorothea helped people and will be sorely missed.
J'ai rien fait.
Maybe you should consider the bigger picture. We may not have the same approach, but my priority is the safety of London's citizens.
So you put an end to the operation? Did you put an end to Dorothea as well?
You seem to have a lot on your chest, sir. What's wrong?
I heard you are a famous surgeon.
Ouais.
Tell me, what did you do to Dorothea?
J'ai rien
She
fait.
was so bright, so clever. Then you made her an empty shell.
I didn't use drugs or medical trickery, Mr. Petrescu. All I did was talk to Nurse Crane. I promise you.
But what happened to her then? After you left, she did not even recognize me. Then she got careless and sick, and I had to flee.
Peut-être un peu forcé.
What do you plan to do now that Nurse Crane is gone?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death, with strange weapons and very odd stories.
Ouais.
What kind of stories?
Stories all Romanian children know.
Ouais, l'histoire des vampires. Dracula. Europe de l'Est, quoi.
Vampires.
Ouais, c'est une histoire qui vient de chez vous, alors.
You believe them? Aren't you too old to hold a weapon or listen to scary stories?
Yes, I am old and alone and will die soon, but if these stories are true, maybe I have found myself another cause.
Tu vas encore te battre.
Are you living on the streets, Mr. Petrescu?
And why not? Those who believe they'll be safe behind walls are blind.
What about your house?
My house is always open to any poor soul needing a roof. All my work here is lost now that Dorothea is gone, thanks to you.
Arrête.
Why are you so aggressive?
I remember the night you came here and convinced me to open my door to you, sir. I'd like to punch you right on your chops.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Bon, on a compris qu'il m'aimait pas. On veut dire qui m'aime bien ici, personne. Est-ce que j'ai un truc contre le rhume? Ah ouais, j'en ai 4.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
You look ill, Miss Swanborough. I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I have no doubt it will. But I'm not against a second opinion, Dr. Reed.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Take this remedy, but be discreet. It may damage your business otherwise.
Thank you.
Have you any news on Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
It seems her dispensary isn't so busy nowadays. A good thing for the Swanborough cordial.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Putain, elle a augmenté ses prix de 1$ quand même. Hein. Ouais, on va peut-être éviter, hein. Je suis pas riche. Après...
Good evening, my dear colleague.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
Clairement, elle en a rien à faire de tout ça. Pourquoi je ferais ça? Oh.
The Swanbrook cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
Vraiment que je lui trouve un truc lui.
Its effectiveness.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. Feeling tired these days.
Fais gaffe, t'es sur ma liste. Palmer. Mais j'ai...
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Mais du coup, je l'ai donné quand même.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Never heard of her.
Tu me caches quelque chose.
Goodbye, young man.
Mais tu me caches quelque chose, fais gaffe. Je te l'œil.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
Désolé.
Have you any news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not recently.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
En fait, là, j'en ai encore deux. Et si j'allais au doc? L'eau, je crois. Super. Le que je dois fermer.
The Swanbrook cordial can be the answer to all your problems. As long as you...
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Ah! Non, 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 il va grave me tuer. Il va grave me tuer. Oh là! Je sais même pas pourquoi j'ai tenté le truc. Je sais qu'il les die. C'est pas ouf. Allez.
Murderous bastard! Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here! Have no fear, brothers! There's one of them! Watch yourself!
Voilà. Ça, j'aime bien. Il me dérange. Ah. Juste parce que tu m'as cherché. Ça, c'est juste parce que tu m'as cherché. Et que j'entends des putains de squales en bas. C'est quoi avec elle? Si je le tente, hein. Ah, non. Je pense qu'on est en troisième. Bah voilà. Hein. Tu m'avais pas dit que t'étais là, toi. Tu m'avais pas dit que t'étais là. Non. Non. Ah. C'est bon, il est mort. Et déjà, je savais pas qu'il y en avait un, wesh. Si j'aurais su, je vous aurais même pas touché. Du coup. Oh. Tu m'as pas vu. Est-ce que je le tente? Non, il m'a pas vu. Il m'a jamais vu. Je pétaille si je me fais encore attaquer.
This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
Est-ce que je peux? Ouais. C'est bien. Oh! Sérieusement. Ah mais du coup j'en ai deux. Oh. Je vais utiliser ça sur... Ok. Ok. Du coup là il me manque juste les fioles. Que je peux obtenir en recyclant. Il me faut bronchite, pneumonie. Mais attends, mais si j'ai contre la... Oh là là. Faites putain, j'ai contre la pneumonie. Est-ce que je fais la flemmard? Je vois pas que j'ai, alors si j'ai. Du coup, je peux revoir mon poteau. Let's go voir Darius.
Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
Surely you have someone else to bother, Mr. Doctor.
Je vais vous aider.
Mr. Petrescu? Do you need my help?
I would not even accept fresh water from you, Doctor. I don't need your help.
Yes, you do. Please, take this. You'll feel better.
I said I don't want anything. But I'll keep this for those who really need it.
Ouais. Tu me remercieras plus tard, t'inquiète.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Oh, pourquoi est-ce que ça attaque les autres? Non, oh! Mauvais! Mais je suis gouré. Dans toutes les cas, je l'ai taillé. Mais... Je me suis dit, vas-y. C'était que 2. Je vais en retrouver à 5. Je sais pas où. 6 même. Bon. Putain, du coup, ils sont où, là? Ouais, mais non.
Stupid beast! Stay back, beast!
Ok. J'ai réussi à fuir. Ça vaut pas toujours être le cas. Deux. C'est bon. C'est mieux.
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
Ah, du coup son créateur s'appelle Merlin.
I remember you.
Oh! T'es grand? Très grand?
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
Quoi, t'as 4 cornes?
You are our champion.
Champion. Pourquoi m'avoir choisi?
Selected me. Chose me.
Ouais.
As shall my children yet to come.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
Du coup, je comprends mieux pourquoi ils m'ont choisi, puisque de 1, je suis médecin, que je connais la grippe espagnole et que je peux faire le lien entre tous ces
I've had enough
micmacs.
of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
Et chaque fois, tu
You are
tombes
not a
malade.
burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Faut que t'arrêtes de tomber malade, mec.
But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Il manque des trucs que j'ai pas appris sur elle. Mal de tête. Tiens.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Yep.
Do you need my medical attention, dear colleague?
I would have been confused if anyone other than you had asked that question, Dr. Reed. But your help is welcomed.
Tiens.
There is no shame in helping each other. We're colleagues.
Par contre, faut que j'en garde un au cas
Doctors
où.
I have known are too cynical to think that way.
Ouvre.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
De base, je voulais pas le donner à lui. C'est bon. Putain, je suis débile. C'est pas que... Attends, qui est mort comme ça? Ah! Je suppose que c'est Docteur Crane qui est venu. Wesh.
Every street corner. The daily routine.
C'est quoi? Attends, quoi, il reste une chaussure, genre.
Sincere condolences for your loss.
Your kindness is much appreciated, my lady.
Is there anything you require?
Are we condemned to attend the funerals of all we love?
Dying is the final act of life, Jonathan. Present company excluded. Accepted.
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect. Am I cursed to an eternity of solitude?
With time, we Ekon tend to go into isolation. If we survive long enough, that is.
Logique.
As a practitioner of the medical sciences, I'm prepared for the death of loved ones. But mourning in the shadows, deprived of sharing one's grief.
We are no longer a part of the circle of life and death. We are undead, my friend, and so we are outcasts.
I spied my mother at the funeral. Have you ever revealed yourself to a member of your family?
No, Jonathan. And I'd advise you even from thinking about it.
Are we then condemned to lie to those we love?
We are creatures of deception, my friend. But this is more for their sake than ours.
But what if I was close to someone and wished to tell them the truth?
Fear, loathing, disgust. And then they will plead to be turned. They will see it as salvation. Then there's the risk of gaining the attention of vampire hunters.
Ouais, je comprends tout ça, je comprends.
Until we meet again.
Mais du coup, il y a personne qui peut m'expliquer c'est quoi là? Beaucoup de son genre. On lui demande à elle.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the recent events in the hospital?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room, then ran away.
And did you see all this?
No. I was working by the tents when it all happened. I only entered the room when they asked me to clean up the blood.
Hampton.
Where is Miss Jones's body?
I don't know. I'd imagine the morgue. It all happened so quickly.
Il est devenu un squal.
Did you see Sean Hampton leave the hospital?
I think I saw a silhouette exiting the hospital gates after the shouting started. At first I thought it was someone who was just scared, but well, maybe it was him.
Ah, en plus, t'es même pas sûr que c'est lui. Et tu l'accuses.
Goodbye.
Ok.
Call me if you need assistance.
Sean Hampton.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
Ah.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Sean. Ah. Ah. Oh. Il est clairement pas en bonne santé, hein. Enfin, c'est pas lui. Toi, meuf,
Good evening, Miss
vampire.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Il y a du sang par terre. Hein?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark,
Yeah.
to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Hey.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Vous m'expliquez? Genre, il n'y a qu'une seule infirmière qui a vu.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
If there's anything I can do for you.
Goodbye, my lady. Until we meet again.
Sûr, ils vont finir par se rapprocher. Tippett.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Bon, je retournerai au doc plus tard. Avec qui parlez-vous, monsieur Swansea?
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCallum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
T'inquiète, on va se retrouver, mec.
Leave him, Jonathan.
Non, moi j'ai rien fait, hein. Celui il me regarde
This is
bizarre.
sacred ground, neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news.
C'est quoi?
Bad news indeed.
Tell me. C'est passé quoi dans l'hôpital?
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
Comment ça, il y en a qui ont disparu? Je pense que l'hôpital doit être restauré. Craignez-vous autre?
We cannot have the people lose faith in this institution.
Ouais.
This hospital is their only hope.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan.
Harriet
She
Jones.
was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
Ouais, j'ai pas qu'à m'occuper de ça, je suis autant.
Very
Je vais
well.
t'aider, hein.
I'll help you.
Jonathan, please, I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, but I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Que je dois le tuer.
Rest assured, I will protect you and your staff.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well.
Yes.
Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
D'abord, on va s'occuper d'Hampton. On va faire en sorte qu'il soit découvert. Est-ce que je dois vraiment le tuer?
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Je peux pas analyser? Non. Rage. Certaines compétences sont si puissantes que même les vampires les craignent. Rage fait partie de ces compétences. Le vampire perd le contrôle et laisse la bête en lui faire le sale boulot à la place. La bête se téléporte vers les cibles autour d'elle, et les frappe avec une violence stupéfiante. Ce genre de compétences ne peuvent pas être utilisées à une grande fréquence à cause de leur nature maléfique. Libère la bête en toi, mon ami. Tu verras, c'est extrêmement satisfaisant. Ok. Abyss. Certaines... Abyss. Le vampire se concentre et invoque des ombres formées de l'obscurité la plus pure. Ces ombres attrapent la cible du vampire et jouent avec comme si c'était une poupée. Puis après quelques instants, la proie est empalée. Ce genre de compétences ne peuvent pas être utilisées à une grande fréquence à cause de la... Même le plus puissant des vampires craint d'être agrippé par ces choses, car lui-même ne sait pas d'où elles sortent. Nah. Même si c'était marrant quand même de se dire que tu joues comme une... Bref. Le vampire concentre son pouvoir sur une cible et fait bouillir son sang. Ce processus permet également au vampire de se régénérer et d'absorber une partie du sang de sa cible. Au bout de quelques secondes, le vampire relâche sa proie en laissant en lui les cellules sanguines agissant comme des bombes à retardement. Celle-ci continue à affecter la hôte jusqu'à son explosion. L'explosion inflige des dégâts à toutes les créatures vivantes près de l'hôte. Ce genre de compétences ne peuvent pas être utilisées à une grande fréquence, blablabla. Contrôler le sang est une chose, transformer les cellules sanguines en est une autre. Pas ouf. Abyss ou rage? Ouais, j'hésite. Hein. Je le vois comme ça, genre il joue comme une poupée. C'est ma petite poupée, il après pas. Rage. Yes, wait. Ok. Yep. Et ensuite, pas toi. Plus de rhum. Et voilà. On va avoir des news de merde. Je le sens. Il a attrapé quoi encore, wesh? T'inquiète, heureusement j'ai encore un peu... Zéro. Névra. Super. J'aurais dû lui donner en plus. Toi, je te souffre pas. Aïe. Ça remonte, allez, remonte. J'aime bien. Ouais. Il faut vraiment que je trouve un truc contre la névralgie. C'est plus possible. Ils vont faire tuer toutes mes victimes. Il faut que j'aille au doc. On va aller sauver l'autre là, on dirait. Retourne à Whitechapel. Du coup, aujourd'hui il pleut. Faut que je fasse en sorte que ça continue de s'améliorer. À Whitechapel. Ce serait bien.
I have this thirst for blood.
Hello?
I can't believe I'm doing this.
C'est pas ouf, hein, vos morts. Et ouais. Ah! Hé 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 hé. Juste parce qu'il m'a embêté. C'est bon? Ils sont tous morts? C'est grave ça. Je commence à avoir mal au crâne. Genre ça lui fait rien. J'aimais vraiment pas les gens de ton espace. Ah! C'est bon, il en manque un. Ok. Bon, on retourne voir la madame. Faire plus de squales. C'est pas marrant. Ouais. Voilà. Je l'aime de plus en plus. Faut pas se demander pourquoi. Vas-y. C'était juste histoire de t'embêter un peu, tu vois. Hé, oh. Appelle pas tes amis. Appelle pas tes amis. Ok. Je veux vraiment pas que tu les appelles, même si tu non, ouais, je suis censée venir et tout. Apparemment, ils avaient pas envie de te voir ici. Hop, 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 hop. Les seules fois où j'ai utilisé mes armes, c'était face à une bête sauvage. Et depuis, j'ai arrêté. Hello.
Are you all right, Miss Shun?
My name is Xiao Shun. This is the proper way to address someone in my country.
I do apologize, Xiao Shun.
Xiao
Are you
Shun.
all right?
Yes, I am. This is the only place where I can find some kind of serenity. Some way to remember my dear Matthew.
Désolée de te le dire, mais il va falloir que tu bouges. C'est pas un endroit, comment dire, approprié pour vous.
Are you on your own? Do you have any friends or family who you could be with?
I have family and friends, but I need to be here alone. One day maybe I'll go back to them.
Un
But
jour.
not now. I need silence. And I need sadness.
Bah apparemment à Whitechapel il fait très calme. Ah, c'est une... Ouais.
You should not be by yourself. Grief can be a terrible trial.
Ouais.
And it's even worse when you're alone.
Thank you for your sincere words, Dr. Reed. I sense you trying to help me, even if I don't quite understand why.
Bah en fait je suis docteur, du coup j'aime bien m'occuper des gens.
Tell me how your
Ouh.
husband died, Xiao Shun.
Matthew died of the Spanish flu, like so many others.
C'est même
It's
pas
a
vrai en
mundane
plus.
cause of death these days.
Ouais mais c'est même pas vrai.
At this time, there is so little medical science can do to defeat this terrible epidemic. I'm truly sorry.
The worst thing is not his death, even if it tears me apart. The worst is not to have seen it coming, to have lost him so quickly, even before realizing it.
Did he hide his condition from you?
Matthew was a smiling type, a happy sort. Everything that I am not. Did he laugh at his death to come, or did he not realize what was going to happen? I'll never
Deuxième option je pense.
The Spanish flu may be the worst disease mankind has ever faced. Why are you blaming yourself?
You don't understand. I didn't know he was so sick. I didn't realize the gravity of his situation until it was too late.
As harsh as this sounds, we are
C'était pas la
all
maladie.
equally vulnerable to this awful disease. It can take the strongest man in just a couple of days.
I never said goodbye to Matthew. We never realized how bad it was. We laughed about it even. He always made me laugh. Now I don't have enough tears to shed.
Mais t'inquiète, ça ira mieux.
Are you a doctor yourself? Is this why you feel so guilty for not saving your sick husband?
No, I am not. But I still need to blame someone for Matthew's death. And who else, if not his wife, who did not see it coming?
I'm a physician, one of the best in the country. But I was unable to save my own sister, Mary. She died in my arms.
Why tell me this? Is it supposed to make me feel better?
No.
Non?
But I felt I should share it with you, since she is buried here too.
May I ask what caused the death of your sister?
You could say she was also killed by a terrible disease. A disease I have sworn to fight and cure, no matter how long it takes.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Dr. Reed. Maybe it's time we start to rebuild our lives, you and I.
Ouais.
You realize you can't stay here forever, don't you? Eventually, you'll have to leave the cemetery.
Why? Why should I go? Since this is the only place I can find peace of mind.
Notre place est parmi les vivants et non les morts.
To be honest, I don't know. Please forgive me if I've upset you. We must all honor our departed loved ones in our own way.
You sound like you're no stranger to the pain I feel.
Let's just say, I too have a good reason to visit cemeteries at night.
Please accept my condolences for your loss then, Dr. Reed.
Parfait.
You should
Allez,
go
maintenant
home.
rentre.
I think you're right. Cemeteries are for the dead, for they need silence too. Thank you for your honesty and your wisdom, Dr. Reed.
Thank you
De
for your
rien.
company, Xiaoshun. Take care on the way home.
Maybe I'll see you again in Whitechapel.
J'espère bien te retrouver entière. Hein. Je serais bête que tu meurs,
Have
genre.
you recent news of Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
I heard that she used to help the refugees, but unfortunately you don't see her around anymore.
Ah, de toute façon, elle est morte. Bon bah du coup, goodbye hein.
Matthew, the world has gone completely mad.
La vendre à quelqu'un d'autre. Ah. De toute façon, faut que j'aille au doc. C'est loin, dis donc. Oups. Elle serait où la tombe de Dorothea? Est-ce que je veux vraiment la trouver même? Ah, flemme de chercher. C'est clair. Premier que j'ai mangé. Vraiment que j'arrête. Et si je testais mon ulti? Quoi? C'est une blague. Oh les... Oh les... On dit invalidité. Genre à quel moment on me dit ouais non mais tu peux pas utiliser ton pouvoir. Je suis grave pas d'accord. Je me sens grave offensée là. C'est bien ça. Ouais. Ouais. On pourrait quand même donner... pourrait au moins... Putain, lui, là... Quand il va sortir, il va se manger un ultime dans la tête. Il va avoir flou.
This is despicable.
Hey, he's mine! Watch yourselves! There's one of them!
Ça a dû faire mal un peu. J'aurais eu mal à sa place. Ok. Je veux pas aller aux égouts.
Are you dead?
Oups. Là. Vraiment. Est-ce qu'on va apprendre des cachotteries sur les habitants de la ville? On verra. Ouais, pas bizarre. Attends, quoi? J'ai fait tout ce chemin pour aller à l'hôpital. Ok. J'étais déjà arrivé au docs, mais pas du tout. Nope. Pas le bon chemin aussi.
It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district.
Et pas qu'un peu. Et pas qu'un peu.
Fear no evil. We do the Lord's work here. It's not human.
J'ai mis bien.
Away with you.
Ah.
Freeman shall prevail.
Un dernier coup.
It's done for him. Oh my.
Ah! Non, 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 non. Ah là. Il en manque un. Quoi? Du coup. Tout droit. Ah!
Too fucking fast! Christ! He's dead!
Ah! Il me dérange. Ah là. C'est grave ça. Toujours plus. Non, c'est après-midi. Ah! Voilà. C'est grave. Oh là là. Ça va être long. Ah, c'est pas ouf ce que j'ai fait. Ok, voici, tu utilises ta rage. Ah, je dois faire gaffe. Vas-y, un dernier coup. Un dernier coup. Dernier coup. C'est bon. Il va vraiment finir par me tuer. Non. Tu veux t'aider. Voilà. This is your hand, Griffin. Comment passer par Docteur Taureau, Strickland, Pembroke Hospital, liste des substances et ingrédients, la crème opium médical.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Comment ça, on a de good move? Pourquoi? Et c'est tout? Je m'attendais à plus. Descendre. Quartier satisfaisant. On se demande bien grâce à qui. Oh, beaucoup de soutien. Oh, lettre de candidature. Qui a voulu candidater? Bonjour Franck, comment vas-tu mon vieil ami? Ça m'a vraiment fait plaisir de te voir la semaine dernière. La prochaine fois, tu dois me laisser payer une tournée. J'espère que tout se passe bien de ton côté. Ici, dans ton ex-quartier, la situation ne fait qu'empirer. Clay devient de plus en plus violent et il ne parle que d'étendre notre territoire alors que le nombre de nouveaux venus souhaitant s'entailler en bout ne fait que grandir. Les Wetwood Boys sont dans de sales draps, j'en ai bien peur. J'ai donc pensé à ce que tu m'as dit la dernière fois que nous nous sommes vus, au fait que tu n'avais jamais regretté d'avoir quitté les gangs, que ton seul regret soit de ne plus jamais pouvoir remettre les pieds dans l'East End. À moins de vouloir recevoir une bonne dérouillée, ou pire. Eh bien, je veux que tu saches que tu auras ma protection si jamais tu décides de refaire un tour par ici. Peut-être qu'on pourra se revoir pour parler affaires et discuter d'un nouveau job pour moi. Comme tu le sais, j'ai toujours été un bon avec les chiffres. Et alors, si jamais tu as besoin d'un comptable de ta compagnie, n'hésite pas à m'en parler, ok? Passe le bonjour à ta femme de ma part. Wait, boss boy, pour la vie, mon frère, Bruce Digby. C'est qui Franck? C'est qui Franck? Je vois, c'est une personne que je connais pas, quoi. Parce que je me rappelle pas avoir connu de Franck, hein. Mais c'est un inconnu encore. Ok. Boo. I have something to tell you. Tu veux pas qu'on parle? Putain, je dois encore attendre que tu fumes là.
You again. What do you want?
Et bah attends.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know.
Ouais. Ok.
Do you know where I can find Sean Hampton? I need to talk to him.
The sad saint. Why on earth do you want to talk to him?
He was one of my patients at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by some cunt. You better ask Tom Watts. He knows Sean Hampton well.
Ouais, en même temps, il connaît tout.
Goodbye.
Merci. Il est pas malade, lui. Bientôt, je connaîtrai tous vos secrets. Edwina!
Good evening, Miss Cox.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. What do you want?
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged or something.
Yes, he was. But he left hospital recently.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless. Ask them, they must know something.
Ok, merci. Du coup, on m'a dit, va voir Tom Watts. C'est qui?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Whatever do you mean?
I'm a tracker of these creatures.
Ouais.
Vampire hunter.
Bien sûr.
You best be off to your hunting then. For if the sewer dog is back and hunting all these poor folk, he needs a catching.
A sewer dog?
Good evening, Mr.
What's it
Delaney.
look like? What? Ah, you're that doctor.
Ouais, toujours plus. Il m'emmerde.
Is there anything in particular that you like about this part of town? Except for the cheap drinks, I mean.
How dare you say such a thing? I love this neighborhood. So friendly, so joyful.
Là, je lui ai donné des médocs pour que le mec il aille mieux. Il continue de se saouler.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean
Il
Hampton.
m'énerve.
Do you know where I could find him?
I really don't know. I heard he'd been abducted. I don't know if he's back.
Who could tell me then?
About the sad saint.
Tom
Try
Watts.
asking Tom Watts about him.
Comme d'hab.
Goodbye, Mr. Delaney.
Thank you. Who are you?
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicious activity or strange events recently?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
Paul Morton.
I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not.
Non,
The
peut-être
bloodsuckers
juste ma
exist,
prochaine victime.
and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
What can you tell me about this neighborhood?
Did you hear about what happened to Jack Gillingham? Poor boy. It's a shame I wasn't around to protect him.
It's impossible to protect everyone. The violence seems endemic in this part of town.
But it's my duty. I am convinced Jack Gillingham was killed by a vampire. These evil rodents are spreading like a plague.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
Normal.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
Ok.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Je voulais te tuer, mais en fait, non, ça sert à rien. Vaut mieux que je te laisse pas trop te faire tuer toute seule. Tout seul, pardon. Pas toute seule.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
Normal.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
Ouais.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Bien sûr.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton. Can you help me, Mr. Throgmorton?
The sad saint? He should be at his night asylum at this hour, but I cannot tell you how to find it, sorry.
Really?
Pourquoi?
Why is that?
It's nothing personal, Doctor. I'm sure your intentions are good, but people who sleep there, they have plenty of reasons to hide.
I could make you tell me, but I respect your refusal. You really believe Sean is a saint, don't you?
All I will say is this. Gossip has it that when he was a child, he was molested. By a priest of all people.
Ah.
Funny thing is, though,
C'est
it
qui?
only strengthened his faith.
Qui?
Maybe at least you can tell me who could help me find him.
Tell you what, go and chat with Tom Watts. He's a bartender and good judge of character. If he talks to you, then it's fine by me.
Ouais.
Goodbye. And good hunting, Mr. Throgmorton.
Moi, si tu me dis que c'est le père Tobias, je le tue volontiers. Ça n'est plus que je veux tuer.
Welcome back, Doctor. What can I do for you?
Hey.
Tom, I need to find Sean Hampton as quickly as possible. I've been told you could help me.
I heard the sad saint was recovering at Pembroke Hospital. Did he leave or something?
Ouais.
I believe he returned to his flock. Can you confirm that?
Oh, I bet you're right. Sean can't help but worry about the poor and sick. Oh, I guess it has something to do with what happened to him as a baby.
Please, tell me.
Well, I don't like to gossip, but I heard that the sad saint was abandoned as a baby in front of a Catholic orphanage in Dublin. That would explain his faith and need to help everyone.
Non, il faut savoir, il s'est fait violer ou il a été abandonné ou les deux? Parce que si c'est les deux, c'est pire encore.
The thing is I find him quickly.
Why not try his night asylum? He takes care of those who need a meal or a roof there.
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse, northwest of here. Just follow the bank to the west and go north when you reach the end of the pier.
Thanks, Tom.
Goodbye, Mr. Watts.
So few clients. You cannot see the epidemic. No one dares go outside.
Jack Gilligan. En 2 ans, j'ai cru que c'était Rufus, mais non. Ah. Ils sont sur la carte. Ok. Ouais, non, flemme. Ah, ouais. Ah, le vieux.
Good evening, sir. I'm amazed you made it back to the docks alone. Good for you.
Well, I could say the same about you, young man. More to the point, who the hell are you?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
And I am Archer Woodbead.
Woodbead.
Please excuse my assertiveness. I often forget I'm just an old prune.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
People used to feel safe around here. They had the gangs protecting them. Now all they do is bicker and plot against one another.
La dernière fois, elle était pas très accueillante. Bizarrement, elle a changé.
Missing the good old days, are you not?
Trust me, son. The longer you live, the less meaning your existence will have. You need to remember the days you still had beliefs.
And what about the gangs?
Back in my day, people trusted the wet boot boys. We looked out for the docks and its families. Nowadays, they're just a bunch of greedy fuckers.
You were a gang member.
I was their leader for a time, believe it or not. Now these bastards act like I'm nothing. Not one of them. They owe me some damn respect.
De toute façon, Clay Cox, il est mort. Hein.
If you were such a respected figure, surely you have many interesting stories about this part of town.
You bet I do, but make no mistake. I'm no rat, sir. Some secrets are best left buried.
Do you still know anyone? From the old days, I mean.
Most of them are dead. I still give Miss Gillingham salutations. She doesn't remember me. She did once like me, boy.
Ah bon, bah du coup, faudrait que j'aille la voir pour lui dire « Hey, ton mec, il est mort. Il a été tué par un vampire. » Super.
Who would you trust around here?
The owner of the Turquoise Turtle's a decent fella. Tom's his name. Sean Hampton's all right too. Don't particularly share his religious views. He's quite devout, if you catch my meaning.
Ouais.
Any remarkable new faces around here?
Nobody. Well, there's that boy Rufus the Curse. I like him, despite the reputation he's made since his parents died. Poor little bastard.
Ouais, ça va, c'est un
Sure, a
gentil.
district as colourful as the docks must have plenty of stories about strange visitors and creepy characters.
So, you want me to talk about the sewer dog, don't you?
If you don't mind.
The sewer dog is a bitch. Appropriately named. An old woman dressed in rags. She has an elegance, though, despite her ugliness. I saw her once. Scared the life out of me.
Une meuf moche. C'est ce que tu es en train de me dire. Je vais devoir chercher une meuf moche.
Have you always been so bitter?
It's not bitterness, it's poorly masked disgust. When everything turns to shit, we all have to eat a spoon or two.
On évite les personnes âgées se plaignent tout le temps. C'est vrai que les temps sont
With
durs.
everything that's happened recently, the war, Spanish flu, I must concede that these are difficult times.
A few nights ago, I saw a kid eating a rat. He was right in front of one of those abandoned houses nearby. Just chewing on a living rat's insides.
C'est pas du tout ce que je fais.
Tell
Hein.
me everything you know about the Guard of Priwen.
Andrew never told me what they do. I do know they're vigilantes with military training. Access to some impressive firepower.
And what is your personal opinion about the Guard, then?
This Guard of Priwen is just another gang preying on the young and naive. Preying on people like my boy. I know how it works. I invented it.
Attends, quoi?
Tell me about the Wet Boot Boys, Archer. I want to know more.
We were there for the families and each other. It was us against the world. We were vicious, tough, even cruel. But we were united.
You sound like you were some kind of radical union member.
Yes, nowadays the communists and gangs squabble over pointless territory. Sounds stupid when you say it out loud.
Why did your son really join the Guard of Priwen?
If I believed in a higher power, I'd see this as punishment for my own sins. I deserve it for all the young men I enlisted back in the day.
Oh.
You don't believe in God, though, do you, Mr. Woodbead? So why did he join?
Now I think about it, Andrew joined the Guard, not to defy me, but to follow in my footsteps, to make me proud.
Et je suppose que t'es
So
pas
your
fier de
son
lui.
has left you nothing to explain his actions? No letter or message?
Not even a note. I'm a proud man, Dr. Reed, but I would kneel and pray if I thought it would give me my Andrew back.
Mhm.
I'm looking for a man named Sean Hampton. Can you help me?
The sad saint. Even when he was young, his faith and dedication were inspiring. A beacon even, if I may say so.
Interesting. But have you spoken to him recently?
I spoke with him about my missing son a few days ago. I've not seen him since he was attacked by some drunkard and left the vicinity.
Ok, tu m'as rien appris.
Goodbye, sir.
Je vais voir juste. Et l'orifice.
Evening, Rufus.
Evening, Mr. Reed.
Do you know a man who lives in this part of town? A man named Sean Hampton. I'm looking for him.
Sorry, sir. I don't know a lot of folks around here. Most prefer to avoid me.
Well, I don't think you should talk to him. He may be very sick.
Thanks for the tip.
Oh,
I might
yeah.
want to check the Turquoise Turtle. It's a pub not far from here. The barkeep knows everyone in these parts.
Ok.
So long, Rufus. Be careful. Take care.
Ah ah. Je peux maintenant.
Good evening, madam. It's Dr. Reed again. May I come in?
You best come back in the morning, Doctor.
The disease takes away the good people too, madam. Why not let me in?
It's Mrs. Fishburne.
Stella
Fishburne.
Fishburne.
And yes, indeed. Why not let a doctor in?
Je suis gentil.
Sure, the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
It's locked, all right.
Tout est fermé, je pleure.
Please don't stay too long, sir.
T'inquiète. Par contre, moi, je vais pas tarder. Bon, du coup, madame, on va discuter. Hein.
So you have questions about the flu, then?
Yes, among other things.
Forgive
Plein
my
de questions.
rudeness at the door. It's just my son doesn't like strangers coming in the house.
How is life around here?
Life has always been hard in the East End. But it's everywhere nowadays, isn't it?
La violence fait
Do you think the increase in violence has anything to do with the epidemic?
Don't know. But it's most likely linked to the gangs, if you ask me. Recently, it's like everyone has had to pick a side.
Violence has always fed on poverty, don't you think? It's a cruel law of the human condition.
And selfishness is their rotten fruit. These days, you can just die in the gutter and no one will bat an eye.
May I ask what you do for a living, Mrs.
Bah, ça fait rien, ça se voit,
Since
mais...
my husband died, I worked at the Dawson Rope Factory, but it closed before the war. I occasionally help at the night asylum, in exchange for food.
Oh, ok.
Did your husband die in the war?
Oh no, my Jack was a docker. He died when my Seymour was just a lad. The poor boy saw his dad slip and fall from that scaffolding.
Ah!
How do you pay the rent then?
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad. He's very attached to the house he grew up in. It's not always easy, but we get by all right.
The orphan that regards you as a mother. Please tell me about him, Stella.
You mean Rufus? I wish I could do even more for the poor boy. Most people are so selfish.
But you're not.
Years may have passed, but I haven't forgotten how it feels to go through days with nothing but an empty stomach.
I'm trying to locate Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where he could be?
You talking about the one everyone calls the sad saint?
Yep.
The man who takes care of the homeless?
Yep.
The very same, Miss Fishburne.
I'm sorry. I don't know where his shelter is. But if you ask around, I'm sure you'll get your answer.
Genre même pas, elle me parle de Tom et tout.
Goodbye, Miss Fishburne. Take care of yourself.
Je reviendrai avec plus d'indices, madame. Je reviendrai avec plus d'indices, surtout quand j'aurai récupéré... Pichou, l'autre. Son fils. Ah non, je crois que je vais arrêter maintenant. Ouais.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think?
I don't think so. The wounds are clean, but it's methodical.
A freaking vampire, then?
I can't say, but whatever did this carefully avoided the arteries. We've found ourselves a bloody artist.
Vous êtes que ça?
Seems like the guard of Ep.3 is on Sean Hampton's trail too.
Don't like that, do ya? Oh my!
C'est venu tellement vite. J'étais pas du tout préparé à ça. Attends, c'était un niveau quoi, wesh? Au pire, je m'arrête maintenant. Je fatigue. Oh là. Du coup, on se retrouve lundi avec Assassin's Creed 2. Mercredi Far Cry. Vendredi Batman, comme d'hab quoi. Et samedi Vampyr encore. Batman ce sera juste les DLC. DLC et mission secondaire. Far Cry je crois que je vais le finir là. Du coup je ferai le Far Cry 2 si je le finis au cas où. Par contre Far Cry là avec leur monstre là ça fait 2 minutes. Bref du coup. On se retrouve lundi. Je vous souhaite à tous une bonne nuit. Et je vous dis tchuss. Du coup, bonne nuit. Non, c'est bien ce que je me disais. Je l'ai vu. Ah bon, du coup, je disais bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Et on se retrouve lundi avec Assassin's Creed 2 avec Dieu.